It's very slow. Here we go. Oh, morning, good morning, good morning. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. This is not how I want to spend my Mother's Day. I thought last night would be my last stream. And then tonight I would go to work or go back to Boston and forget about everything until next week. But I have no choice. I have to address someone who has conveniently changed their phone number again after harassing the crap out of me last night and this morning and waking me up. I don't appreciate people waking me up when I only have a couple of days off. I really need my sleep. Embree, you're probably asleep, but I'm addressing you directly because I have no other way to get a hold of you any longer, and I wasn't going to address you. I was just going to ignore it, but I gave you a fair chance. Good morning, Jasmine Star. I would like my Mother's Day to start a little bit better, but I don't have a choice. Hi, Victim Card. Oh, happy Mother's Day. That's so nice. I just, with all love and kindness, this is not a bash. I don't have any way of contacting Embree. She's changed her number again after swearing blind. She only has one number. Well, I have three in my phone. 3 phone numbers. And I did try to text her back and tell her it's got to stop. I know she's upset, and plenty of people said she really needs to speak to a counselor and not exhibit this type of behavior. Now, before I met Embree, I saw little snippets here and there, and I really didn't take any notice. It's not because I wasn't. It's not a case of I told you so. I'm glad and I'm grateful for the experience I had with Embree because I really enjoyed my time with Embree. In the beginning, we had so much fun, and we had an awful lot in common. We have a lot in common because obviously we lost our husbands. Our families are almost identical, and she also lives in the tri-state area as well. And so we would have quite a laugh on our YouTube streams. But the problem here is um, her attention-seeking behavior is gotten over the top. The Oakley Grace. No, I haven't given her another. The problem was over a month ago, I told her we couldn't have any type of relationship outside of YouTube, that it has to stay on YouTube because I can't deal with the drama that she brings into my personal life. I just, the arguments, the behavior of I didn't do it when she did. And I can understand because I used to be on Ambien and sometimes I wouldn't remember things I did. But she won't listen. And the emails and the texts last night were so out of line. I don't like to be interrupted in that type of way when I'm on a live stream. And what I mean is the desperate pleas, the calling me whilst I'm on a live stream. We're having a very lovely conversation with Brooke last night and Kim. It was very emotional. And of course, Embree couldn't handle it and was calling me. Yeah, I know. I really do care about Embree. I really, really do. And I don't want to see anything bad happen to her. And I don't want anyone to bash her. This is going against everything I believe in, going live and doing this, but I don't have any choice. I have to address her here. She is literally right after texting me, she changed her number because I tried to send her a text message and forward her the information, and it was bounced back, and I called the number and it had been disconnected. Embree, you have been given such good advice over the year, or probably over the past 2 years. You really need someone to talk to. You need someone professional to talk to. Good morning, Erica. I don't know if you're a mom, but happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. You do. There's nothing wrong with trying to figure out what is going on, To learn coping skills is very important, Embree. It's very important. We all had to go through it. I don't like therapy either. Mine was cut short because, I just needed some coping skills. I just needed to know how to deal with things. I needed to be thrown a few Xanaxes or whatever, short term. Happy Mother's Day, Jasmine Star. Um, and it was beneficial. It may have only been. You have 3 adult sons. Wow, you were busy, Miss New Jersey girl. It was beneficial to me. I'm pretty sure it was beneficial for a time for Kim and other people who have gone through a tragic event to seek a counselor. I'm just saying this with all good intentions. You really need someone to talk to figure out where all this is coming from. Someone who will understand you and explain to you why you behave the way you do. Again, I'm not here to bash you. And again, I don't want anyone to bash her either. But this is the thing. I don't have a choice. I want to read the emails because I believe 100% you don't remember the things you do and the things you say. Now, I don't want to be the type of woman who has to have receipts. I'm hoping people can take my word on this. If not, I will show receipts in a DM. I just don't want to do that, Embree. I don't want to be that person. But you went crazy last night and denied things that you definitely did. And what happened is at 5 o'clock yesterday evening, my phone rang as I was walking down the street to the grocery store. Now, I did try to send you a screenshot, but you had already disconnected another phone line. Yes, there is nothing wrong there, especially with her grief and her background. Her childhood background wasn't very pleasant, just like mine. You did call me, and unfortunately, it wouldn't make any difference. I did have to delete the voicemail because it occupied my voicemail to the point where my voicemail was full. Because you weren't aware, you butt dialed me, I'm sure. All I heard was breathing as if you were asleep. That's all I heard. And I did delete it, but I do have the screenshot of the call. And on your end, as you say, you have no phone record that shows you called me. Well, I do. And if anyone wants to see it, I have no choice but to provide it because I'm not going to allow you to tell people that you didn't. I do have the screenshot of the call. Your denial for things are beyond ridiculous. At least for me, if I deny something, I truly don't remember because of my Ambien, but it's not out of just being a jerk. People have brought things to my attention and said, yes, you have done it. And great, I have. I'm not going to, I will show you proof and you won't see it. You won't look at it. You refuse to open links. When you deny things that you've done and I have screenshots of them, you refuse to see the proof and then will continue to deny it. And it's very insulting to me. It's very, very, very insulting to me. This is the problem. You try to get so much attention when I'm live, and it's distracting and it's disturbing for other people in the chat room. I understand there are trolls, but I'm very sorry that I have to say this. I am believing that some of those trolls are you. I really am. I am believing them because I'm seeing the light. You have multiple phones. You try to get a dig into me when I don't pay attention to you. And it's usually when you're trying to get my attention that these trolls come in to get my attention. I also believe that the troll accounts that make comments against me in my own comment section, I do believe those are you. Even though they literally do say Embree Rose, I still believe it's you. And your fallback is, oh, that's a troll. That's a troll. Yeah. But last night, come on, it was the last straw a long time ago. And I did tell you over and over and over, I cannot take you on in my personal life. For over a month, you tried to get me to call you. And I said, no, I don't feel there was a purpose and a reason to call you. There was nothing further I could say to you. And there's nothing you could say to me whatsoever. Well, I've always welcomed her into my chat room. Always welcomed. Not throwing her to the curb or stomping on her. I just don't want the insistence that I have to speak to her. It's impossible to have a conversation with her when she's at this heightened level of panic. I can't, it goes around in circles. It aggravates the crap out of me, and I get very angry. And I don't want to be that person. I don't like to be angry. I used to be fair, this is going to sound ridiculous, but I used to pride myself on a person. It takes an awful lot to get me angry. But YouTube does certainly change a lot of that. Sorry, I'm just having a cup of tea. Now, last night, yes, they really are. And I am drained because I didn't want to do this today. I didn't want to come online. No offense, I love being online. I love everybody in my chat. But today, I'm so tired. I just want to get myself organized and ready to go back to Boston. And I don't really want this kind of stress when I have to go back to a very, very, very stressful job, which you don't understand. You have no idea how hard it is in my position. My job is incredibly draining. Always has been. And even though I love it, it's like one of those what do they call those double-edged swords? It's great, it's bad. So last night, whilst we were talking, you tried to interfere on the conversation, which I cannot believe you would do. I cannot believe you were seeing a mother who lost her child and another woman who lost her brother, speaking to that woman about how to go about making her mother happy on Mother's Day after losing her son. You thought it was a wonderful opportunity to start harassing me and trying to get my attention by ringing the phone and sending me text messages. That is probably the worst behavior I can imagine. It was so inappropriate, and you have gotten to the point where you have become inappropriate. Your long-winded text messages that make no sense to me, the ramblings, the impossible way to interpret them because most of them are spelled incorrectly, or you're either drunk and they don't make any sense to me. They have to stop, Embree. You ask me constantly with these text messages, show me respect, don't talk about me, but you come into my chat and you harass me in my own chat room. And you want to come up, and I don't want to bring you on. I don't want to bring you up because your behavior is so bad. The crazy behavior, the way you you can't hear somebody, you fall out. You get belligerent and defensive without being articulate and calm and saying what you need to say so that we want to listen. We don't want to listen when you behave. I have tried, but she changes her number, Cindy. I have tried. I blocked her calls when I went to bed last night, and she has another phone number. She's got 3 listed in my phone. She does exactly what everybody has told me. And it's not that I was in denial. Not at all. I wasn't in denial. But I wanted to give her a fair chance because time had passed for her. It had been over a year since her bad behavior with other people. And I said, you know what? Let me give this girl a try. Let me give her a chance. And for a very long time, it was lovely. It really was good. I don't want to say bad things about her in a way where, we had a good run of it and then the cracks started to show. Now, I'm not perfect either. One thing I've never said about myself, I've never told anybody I was a good person. I never told anybody I had a big heart. I don't brag about how wonderful I am. What I can brag about is I really am a good friend. I have friends from all over the world who I've kept friendships since I was a teenager and a young adult in the UK, in Germany, in Greece, all over the world. I've kept such good friends. I visit them at least once every 5 years, depending on where I am. I have a friend that I went to school with in Athens. There's a picture on my Twitter with me and my husband in New York visiting her. Um, I've always kept very good friends. I'm very loyal to my friends. Sometimes you start out on a bumpy ride with the new friends, just trying to get to know them. I find that with YouTube, we started off as enemies, but then became friends. But once I am a friend, I am a real friend, a deep, caring, and loving friend. I can't block her from the channel because she comes back in a troll account, honey. No, I am not dragging her. This is with love, I swear to God, because I care about her. Her and I have a kinship. Yes, and the thing is, because her experiences are they mirror my experiences, I called her a sister. I called her a sister. We cried together on the phone, talking about our husbands. We cried in the middle of the night when things went wrong. We leaned on each other. We really did. And yes, I really, really called her my sister. And I was so excited to meet her. I wanted to hug her. I wanted to cry with her in person. I wanted to be a good friend. I wanted a sister. I lost my sister and my half sister, who is younger than me. I don't speak to anymore. My stepfather has passed. We don't have any communication, so I don't have any siblings. So getting to know Embree and knowing that we're so similar in a way where, well, we're from the tri-state area. We have this, we're Italian. We had a kinship. I would love to see Embree after she has a counselor. I'd love to reconnect after she has a long time in at least some type of therapy. But right now, I can't allow this to affect my personal life because I'm literally teetering on insanity with the hours of work, the job I have, and during this COVID has really affected so many people in Boston. And I'm emotionally drained, very emotionally drained. Well, she can't interrupt because she's asleep. She was obviously up all night. She doesn't sleep. She has these manic episodes where she just comes at you and comes at you. I can't. I told myself I cannot be in these types of relationships. I can support you from afar, but I can't get involved deeply because this is a time of my life I've had to let go of so much pain and hurt that I can't dredge it up with other people. I'm now empty nester and my husband is gone, and this is a time in my life where I have to find happiness any way I can. Any way I can. And Embree, I'm going to read these texts because I want to explain, since I have no way of contacting you. I want to respond to the text, but I'm going to try not to respond any further after this because this is just relentless. No, I understand. Thank you, Oakley. Vicky Lou, Amber Sue, you've been here a while. I'm surprised you haven't seen all the streams about her behavior, her inappropriate behavior. Yes, I'm sure Amber Sue did. This is a thing. I gave her the chance, Vicky Lee. I gave her a chance because of all the things that people said. A year has passed. Hello, Ocean Breeze. Happy Mother's Day to you. If you're a mother or a father, I don't know if you're a man or a woman. I have to get this off my chest so I can get ready for my day. So today at 12:23 a.m. Now remember, I'm in bed, asleep at this time. Ringing my phone and dinging my phone. I leave my phone on in case there's an emergency with my children and my family, like most parents do. They don't expect people to text them in the middle of the night. Good morning, NNC. Happy Mother's Day. It's a sunny day out here in New Hampshire. I'm hoping it stays like this. Okay, so she was insisting to call her throughout the evening, telling me to please stop, please stop. Now remember, I don't know if some of you were here last night. She was the one that was supposed to stop. She was the one we told her to stop. She wouldn't stop. She wouldn't stop. She wouldn't stop. We tried to be nice. So she is twisted around and tries to manipulate me to think that I was doing something wrong. She says in all these texts, all ask was for you to stop. No respect to give me a call. Clearly you care about Linda only. Glad you have your friends. Accusing me of trolling even. Thank God for an old YouTube friend who helped me see the light. Very sad. I'll block, no worries. Well, she doesn't block. Again, here we go. I just looked at you are blaming me and so many others for trolling. Shame on you, Linda. I text her and said, I'm in bed, trying to sleep. Stop harassing me. She writes, I'll never message you again. Well, those are always her last words. If I had 5 cents for every time she said that, I'd be a millionaire. So again, she will not stop. Why are you doing this? Kim? ? Well, I could go on and on and on and on. It didn't end. The worst thing is the emails that she was also sending me. She changed her phone number. Yes, she's incredibly manipulative. And I'm going to give you an example, and I haven't said anything in 6 weeks about that. 6 weeks ago, when I told her, enough, I'm not going to take your call. No, I'm not going to speak to you. The conversations go nowhere. She tries to turn everything around to make it look like my fault. I said, if the relationship doesn't work, it doesn't work. We move on. She behaves as if we've had a 20-year relationship and exactly what somebody said, and that we are lovers. That's how her behavior is. Well, we weren't, and we haven't met each other. And I don't understand the urgency. Well, after trying so desperately for 2 days to try to get me to call her, she played a very, very dirty trick on me. And it shocks me and it disappoints me that she was so desperate to have me contact her that in the middle of the night she texted me and told me she had a stroke. Now this is well over a month ago. Now, I don't understand why she would contact me to tell me that and not her family, people around her. Remember, I'm still very much a stranger. That was probably the worst manipulative thing she could do, by leading me to believe she had a stroke to get me to contact her. Well, I didn't fall for it. It would be upsetting if she did have a stroke, but that was not the way to get my attention. It was the boy that cried wolf, and I never responded to it. And only 2 people to this day know that even happened. And I didn't tell anybody up until about a week ago. I didn't want to say anything. I wanted to see how things transpired. Well, she wanted my attention so badly that she made that story up that she had a stroke, because at no time in the 5 weeks has she mentioned anything about a stroke. Nothing at all. Exactly. And of course, I do have the text. Of course, she'll probably deny it, but I do have the receipts. Again, I kept it to myself. I didn't want people to know what was happening. I didn't want to embarrass her, and I didn't want to bash her. It is. And also because I was asleep to contact me and do that. Again, there was no word of her having a stroke. She's never mentioned it. She hasn't talked about it. She hasn't done a video. She is conveniently always in the hospital after these things transpire. She wants the attention so bad she will make up stories to get into the hospital. Oh, hold on a second. My daughter is calling. What do you call me on FaceTime when I look like this? I'm actually live streaming. Can I call you back?
Okay.
Look at how bad I look. You call me when I look like this?
Me too.
Don't you dare post this picture on Instagram.
No, I just wanted to say Happy Mother's Day.
Listen, you know what? One day you're going to look like this. That's your punishment. Shut up. I love you. I'll talk to you
It's
later.
already sucked out of gray hair. It's already started.
You've had a great year. Okay, I love you. Bye.
Bye.
That's my daughter. I hate when she calls me FaceTime because when I look like death, I think she's going to blackmail me by the pictures. So, all right. So, the emails, I'm going to read the emails. I don't have a choice. I have to. Sometimes they say you have to hit rock bottom before you can get better. Again, I hate that I have to do this because it's going to be embarrassing and humiliating for her. But sometimes we have to take the lumps, sort of like what I did. Take the embarrassment and humiliation like I did over the Angelo thing. I had to accept that I had to humiliate myself and embarrass myself in order to get the message. And like I said to Angelo in a email, sometimes it takes a child to teach an adult. It was a very good lesson to learn. But here we go. Again, she goes, last interaction, which is never a last interaction. Never a last. Kim, ? Brooke, ? I'm no fool. I have 0 troll accounts. 1 phone number. You believe lies. I don't care anymore. All lies. I never turned on you without proof. Goodbye. I never turned on you without proof. I have no idea what that means. And I have no idea what Kim ? Brooke ? means. She doesn't have 1 phone. I'll have 3 phone numbers for her. So again, why she says that, I don't know. I don't know if she believes her lies. Second email. I was on the phone for 2 hours and had no idea what some things were said. You admitted I never called you. Now I called and bothered you, and you allow Kim Fisher to say I'm harassing you. I have never taken advantage of you ever. Now, because of Kim, who does not know me, chimes in, and you go with it. You used me for content, period. I used her for content, she says. Use me for I harass you, ? You say we talk on the phone, ? Lies. Show the phone records, Linda. I am sick over these lies. Several phones, ? I barely pay for 1 a month. I have 3 phone numbers for her. You say we talk on the phone. Lies. Of course we've talked on the phone. We've never talked on the phone? Show the phone records. I am sick of all these lies. I'm glad a couple of friends to help me see, like I said. You aren't able to care. You are now sinking to a low level and allow others to bash me. I am a fool. And the next word makes no sense. YIUNALLOW. Trolls to BAS me and call me a troll. Shame on you. You have my word on my dead husband. You will never hear or see me again. I didn't want to believe it. I'm sure you slept well. I won't for a while, but I eventually. Goodbye, block me. Now, she did say, I swear on my dead husband, you'll never hear from me. Well, I sure did hear from her. Now, that was 2:08 a.m. Oh, I sure heard from her. At 6:19, again, I heard from her. I absolutely did not call your phone asleep. I have my phone records. Someone is fucking around and it's not me. This needs to end, Linda. You are allowing Kim to lie. Say I'm manipulating you. Why are you doing this? I never called you, Linda. Why are you allowing this? It makes me sick. I've never picked the phone up until you were live. This needs to end. I was on the phone for 3 hours. I go back to horrible lies and Kim talking trash. I'm a closet lesbian? ? You don't have to be my friend, but this needs to end. Linda, I have 1 phone with 1 number. You know what I've been put through with someone calling SS Janie. Please do not let this continue. This is wrong. My God, Linda, you are letting Kim bash me. It's wrong. Now, I don't know who was in this chat last night, but yes, her behavior was what it was. And she does have 3 phone numbers. She had 2 phone numbers at a time. I just don't understand why she lies. How could you lie? And I have the phone records, Embree. I have the phone records and I'll have the screenshots. And I would hate to have to put it here on the live stream. But if anyone wants a DM, I will send you the screenshot of her call at 5 o'clock yesterday. Before I went live, she called me or butt dialed me, and I guess she doesn't know how to check to see that she butt dialed me. She butt dialed me after she sent me a lengthy text message. No, it's trying to get through to her. She thinks it's bashing, but she's behaving so badly in the chat. Everybody sees it. Everybody sees it. I'm just reading the chat. Yes, she's under the influence of the time. I can understand that. Hey, Stoney Jenkins changed his picture. Okay, that's fine that she was never married. She was common law. They'd been together for, I don't know, 18 years, whatever it was. But, we just say husband because that's what you do with older people. It doesn't matter whether she had that piece of paper or not. It was her husband in her heart. They all lies because whoever was here last night witnessed it. You all witnessed it. So the stream is still up. You can see her behavior. They put orange juice in my good glass on the top step. There better be booze in it. I can't touch it yet. Wait. Well, I clearly don't need any deeper insight because I'm experiencing it now. I think it's beyond sensitive. She has she's got emotional problems. Embree definitely has issues, but she knows exactly what she's doing. Well, I think when you're in the height of these emotional issues, sometimes you aren't aware of it. So, and I know you said give her too much credit because, again, I want to be sympathetic to what she's going through. Because it just, I don't want to be that person anymore. I don't want to be that mean person who's not understanding and not sensitive. And again, after she sent me another text after that email, after she swore on her husband's, swore on her husband on it. Okay, so at 9:45 a.m., I tried to text her back as she was, I told her to stop bothering me. And then I sent her proof of the call that she had called me at 5 o'clock because she absolutely insists that she didn't. But, again, the drinking, and the weirdest thing about it is most people who drink that amount of alcohol eventually fall asleep. Well, I think she catnaps, wakes up, and then forgets everything. Now, remember last night, if people were here last night, she completely forgot that she came onto the panel in the very beginning of my stream. She completely forgot, and when she came back up with the stream, sort of in the middle, she denied she was up there. And me and Kim were like baffled. We were trying to say, Embree, you had already been on the panel, and because possibly she fell asleep and woke up. Yeah, she passed out. Yeah, she does. But then she wakes up and has all the energy again. And like somebody said before, yes, this is definitely manic behavior. That's definitely manic when you stay up all night and have the energy to do all this crazy stuff. Yes, that's absolutely correct, Calpurnia, however you pronounce that. We all have something going on. We all have issues going on. I don't want to see Embree get bashed either. And I don't want to have a panel of people bashing her. Hence the reason I'm not going to be contacting anybody about it because that just goes beyond what I believe in. But I can't get through to her, and I'm going to give a very, very strict warning. I don't know if she's going to watch this. This is the very strict warning, and I'm saying this in front of a community of 133 people right now. If the texts continue, if the harassment continues, if the unreasonable behavior continues, I will have absolutely no choice but to get a restraining order against you. And it breaks my heart to say that. It really, really does. I just feel destroyed that I have to say that. But I can't allow this to filter into my personal life. I don't have anything left emotionally to deal with this situation because right now my job is so important and I have to get through this pandemic and I cannot have this stress. I just cannot. I haven't had a vacation since last summer, not even last summer. I had to cancel my September vacation because of that big hurricane in Florida. I'm tired. I'm worn out. Every part of my body hurts from, working 12 hours every single day is very difficult. I'm not a young girl. I'm in my 50s. I've got my lupus. I've got my aches and pains. I have my arthritis. And when I get home from work, I'm wiped out. I'm just wiped out. I cannot deal with somebody attacking me, bringing up things that I've said, like, I want to be your friend or I want to be your sister. It doesn't work. If it doesn't work, you have to accept it and you have to move on. But I have to take this stance that I won't allow being abused. I'm not going to allow anyone treating me like this. If you have to make a stream yourself, so be it. I expected it would happen. You can say it in anger because that's usually how you do it. This is not about anger. It's absolutely not about anger. Yes, I know she has, and I've tried to talk to her about the pushing away of people. She does. She is a person sitting in four walls with no one to talk to, and when she is in that manic state, she is demanding and needs somebody to talk to at that moment, but we can't always drop everything for it because to us, it's not urgent. She has to learn how to cope. She needs coping skills. And yes, some of us will be available to talk to her when she's panicky or in a manic situation, but it does affect people's lives. We can hear in your voice that you are not saying all of this in a mean-spirited type. No, I can. It would be impossible to talk mean about Embree because we were YouTube buddies and we had so much fun, and it's so hard to believe it's come to this. Yeah, that creepy voice last night. Oh gosh, with the little ghosts. And I guess I don't know what more to say. I really don't know what more to say, but it has to stop. And this is like the worst thing about this is I have to come on a live stream and say it. Something I swore I would never do. I literally swore I would never do it. And that 5-hour stream I did before was necessary at the time because she did that video. We gave her so many opportunities to come up on the stream and to be rational and talk rationally, speak from the heart, but don't be defensive and angry and twist it around. We all want to see her get help. I don't think there's a person here that doesn't. Even her worst enemies want to see her get help. If she was to address this community and say, I absolutely agree with what people are saying, and I am taking the steps to get therapy, she has no idea how many people would come forward and support her. Gina, good morning. Yes, we are all crazy. Happy Mother's Day to you. Yes, that's a good one. Single dads. If you have an opportunity to comment in Ron's channel, Negative Nation, do say Happy Father's Day, Mother's Day to him too. He's a single dad. Yeah. Well, I do feel bad because I woke up this morning and said, oh my God, why do I have to do this? I'm so uncomfortable with it. I just want to move on with my YouTube and be a happier place. And so far, my last 3 streams, she has ruined by her behavior. And it's, again, become all about Embree. I didn't notice Embree. I ignored Embree, whatever she says, and then gets a little snotty. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to keep doing that. Oh, are you in Nebraska? I'm in New Hampshire this morning. It is very sunny, but it's very cold. It was very cold yesterday. I need more than a hoodie. Yesterday I was so cold. I walked to the store in just a hoodie, and oh my God, I froze to and from the store. The wind was brutal, absolutely brutal. So that is my message. Um, I hope everybody understands. And you're in Connecticut. Oh, New England. Oh, see, that's where Embree is, in Connecticut. That's another connection. Embree and I had a Connecticut connection. She's from Milford. I have family in Milford. As a child, I would spend the summers in Milford on the beach. My family owned, my aunt and uncle owned a home on Shell Avenue, right on the water. And I have so many pictures of me enjoying summers there. My aunt also threw my wedding for my first husband there at her home on the beach. Um, Kyle, I wanted to talk to you, Kyle. Kyle, I did see your Twitter, your tweet, and I'm disappointed that you thought I would deliberately make fun of a disabled child because I have one. And I thought you knew that. Maybe you didn't know that, but I do. I had a very severely autistic daughter. She was completely nonverbal up until she was 8 years old. It's not a secret. I've told everybody. Um, I think I did send comments to Angelo from Pecan Baby, who also has a severely autistic son. And we both said how ashamed we were that we weren't aware. And we thought, again, like Pecan Baby did say, we thought it was silly karaoke and they were just fooling around. And I did say that when I played it. I said, I thought it was a joke. I didn't know it was real. Now, Kyle, it was so hard for me to come on the stream. I did get a strike from Angelo. I tried to explain. I was so uncomfortable because I was embarrassed, humiliated. Um, I just wouldn't make fun of a disabled person, not an adult, not a child. So I just wanted you to know that all the hate and the sad part is my daughter is on Twitter and is reading this and people are calling her names and she is the sweetest girl in the world. And I'm just thinking they accused me of making fun of an autistic son, but he's not autistic, yet they called my daughter a loser and she's autistic and schizophrenic when she tried to defend me. And, you know, I know. Well, they passed away, so I don't have that house on the beach anymore. The thing is, everybody has tried. Wildwood, yeah. Yeah, well, I've been to Wildwood only once because I'm normally on the Jersey Shore. No, we thought it was a joke. That's right. And thank you for the support there, victim card. We did, but several people think I did it on purpose. Absolutely not. People knew in the chat that I didn't because I did feel very bad when I found out somebody in the chat did say, and I just felt terrible. But what happened was I would have taken that video down, but what happened was the stream continued. I got distracted and I had forgotten. So when I went off the stream, I'd forgotten to take it down because I went onto the phone and I was speaking to Kim about it. And I just forgot. Okay, thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Kyle. Like I said, his response was so gracious and so eloquent, and it made me cry. I heard his son talk. It made me cry. It really made me cry. I thought, what a lovely young man. Oh my God, what a smart man, and what a wonderful parents. They raised him so well. Oh, you're from Tom's River. I have family in Tom's River. I have an attorney cousin in Tom's River. Yes, been to Tom's River many times. Seaside Heights was definitely my stomping ground. So was Asbury Park. Well, I don't like to go onto the beach in Seaside Heights. I just like to do the boardwalk fun, the drinks on the boardwalk and the fun games and just living the boardwalk life. I've taken my kids there. My husband's been there. Yeah, with a guy from Okay, well, my uncle works for the Giants. And so my uncle always sends me pictures from the sidelines and I post them on Twitter and things like that. He gets me lots of autographs. Um, so there you go. I feel like I've just set off one of those. You pull the ring and you throw the bomb, and I just feel like any second the bomb's gonna go off. That's how I feel right now. You know, yeah, I know. I don't know what more to do. I don't know what more to do. I just wanted to say, there's 130 people in here. Please, 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 I'm begging you, do not bash her. If anything, send support. Send support and say, please go to a counselor. Please go to therapy. If she has a community behind her, she might think about it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just delusional. It's possible I'm just delusional. But I thought if there was no hate and more, hey, Noodles, here's another Jersey boy right there. We're just talking about Seaside Heights, Toms River. I thought if the entire community stood behind her with that, it would make her life easier. It would make her happier. I don't know. I don't know. No booze in that orange juice. Thank you, Kyle. And don't worry, Kyle. People are teaching me about bipolar. People are cluing me in on it, and I'm getting a lot of people that really want to help me understand it. So I'm appreciative of that. Um, Remember that frozen pizza? Did you put the plastic on when you sent it? Put it in the oven? You bastards! We were all hungry last night. We were talking about food, bagels. I still want a bagel. Is that what they call it? The home of the herpes. Well, they also say spring break. Herpes is on the rise when people go to spring break. That's pretty sexy. Spring break and herpes. I love it. Howdy, Noodles. Ah. My family used to live in Grapevine, Texas. Oh, what do you think? What do you guys think? Oh, thank you, Gina. Well, somebody has to do intake, right? I may not be a nurse, but admissions coordinator. I mean, I'm the one who lets everybody in. I'm the one who has to be there to let everybody in. Without me, nobody can get in. So yeah, I meet the patient before any of the doctors and nurses meet the patients. I have to keep an eye on them. I have to, it's a lot. It's a lot. The last job I had was just third shift supervisor, and that was way too much for me. It was just having to deal with all the deaths. I still do. I still have to deal with all the deaths afterwards, but I'm not so much on the floor as I was before. Happy Mother's Day, Joan. I love Joan's picture. Look at the big smile on her face. It always makes me happy when I see Joan's picture. It's a little picture, but her smile is the first thing you notice. Oh, and her glasses. Syphilis is the bomb. Noodles. I really would love to meet all these Jersey people. Anybody except my family. My family are crazy. I'd like to see some real fun New Jersey people. We should all meet at the Jersey Shore this summer. Yeah, the problem is she's contacting me via other means that I can't stop. I did block her on my phone, and then she got another phone number. I blocked both of her numbers, and then there was a third number she contacted me with and turned it off. Not this year. Why? You have to lose weight like the rest of us to get into a bathing suit? That's our excuse, and we're sticking with it. Oh yeah, Foxwood is good too. But instead of Foxwood, I like the new one here. We have the new casino here in Boston. I've been to it once off the top of my head. I can't remember what it is. I posted some pictures on YouTube. I'm sorry, on Twitter, having been to it. I can't remember what it's called, but it was nice. It was pretty empty because it was just newly opened. Well, I don't know if she's going to see this at all. Sometimes if she sees her name in the headline, she won't. She won't listen. They're letting you out for surprise. Pray for me. If I don't make it back, please, everyone, have a good day. Oh, you don't want us to send the state troopers out for you? Oh my God, that is a little too private to be discussing here. She tells everybody she meets she has herpes. First of all, you don't have to do that anymore. They have very good medication. You'll never have another outbreak again. Plus, you won't be contagious. So there's no reason to even tell anybody if you continue taking your medication. Didn't you know that? God, I'm so congested. That is not a way to meet somebody. But you want to hear something funny, Stony? This is so funny. There is a website just like Match.com, just for people who have herpes. Swear to God, may God strike me if I'm making that up. There really is a matchmaker's herpes website. I did see it one night for fun, just trolling the internet like you did, and somebody mentioned it, and I looked, and I thought it was absolutely hysterical. I mean, that's not something I would ever tell anybody. I'd take that to my grave. Well, I always worry about Embree, but there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. I don't harass her. I don't bother her. I don't, if she wants to have her own live streams, well, she should have her own live streams. Maybe that will be part of her therapy. I don't know. But it's affecting me, and I want to be able to go to work this week and not have to worry about things. It's just a cold sore on your coochie. On your coochie. Well, you can get rid of crabs, right? If you just shave off the pubes. Well, that's true. Angel eyes for sure. Oh, thank you. I must be selfish and take care of myself. Well, the reason I really haven't been showing my face online for over a month is because I'm just worn out. I don't like how I look. I'm very pale. I haven't been able to go out in the sun and relax. And I have, up until the past 3 days, I've been working virtually 6 days a week. So I know, right? No, I wouldn't either. I really wouldn't either. But at least I know the people I'm speaking to right now in this chat, the people that are in my chat, have a great deal of sympathy and compassion for her, because not one person said a horrible thing about her. And that's a beautiful thing. We really, as YouTubers, are really learning. Took me 3 years, but I'm really learning. I want to go back to who I was before YouTube. The person I was that wasn't lashing out, and more sympathetic and more understanding, which Kyle can understand. I've been through my ups and downs with being a jerk. I'm changing that because I feel it. After this pandemic has really changed me. Everybody came together so beautifully. Everybody cooperated. People in Boston are just being awesome. Everybody at work has been awesome. It's just been amazing. It's been sad, but what makes me so happy is how most of the states here in New England have come together. I don't know about Wisconsin and all that place, but New England people have really come together. Oh, you're just here for the laughs? Noodles, Noodles. Noodles is coming to Maine, aren't you, this summer? You coming to Maine to visit the other guy, right? There's another guy coming to Maine. What was his name? I'm going to meet you guys. I know. It does take a while because it's not, like I said in a previous live stream, this is like nothing you've ever experienced in your real life. You've never experienced this situation. In your real life, nobody drags you. Nobody tries to ruin your reputation. Nobody calls you the C word. And you don't know how to respond or react. And so what happens is you start to respond and react in a way you've never done before because you've never experienced this. And then it really shrinks your heart. You come in with a big heart and it shrinks to nothing. And then you become angry and bitter and you throw out the same abuse other people are throwing back, throwing at you to begin with. And then you start to change, not for the better. Laconia. You start to change, not for the better. But sometimes you need that bucket of cold water to say, Jesus, what the hell are you doing? This is not productive. And when I have that cold water over my head, I feel bad. And now I want to just make things better. Hey, Nick. Say happy Mother's Day to Jess for me. She got those beautiful little boys. Anderson's stream when you talk to Meg. And is Anderson getting a little better? He's so mundane and monotoned and boring. He calls me a troll all the time. I don't even know him. All right. I guess that was my message. And thank you all for being so nice. So far, every single person in the chat has been supportive. And I'm not talking about supportive of me, but supportive of Embree. You all seem to have responded with compassion. There wasn't one mean comment in the chat. He really is a good dad. They both are good parents because those kids are so smart. They are so smart. We're all turning over a new leaf. That's good to hear. Me too. This is like my third leaf. I hope I stick with it. Good question on that, Evelyn. Very good question. Yeah, we have to get back to the entertainment. But thank you guys for all your wonderful, loving support. I gotta somehow clear up my congestion and get up and start my day and get back to Boston. Oh, the joy of it. I truly love you guys because literally you guys have been awesome to me. Through my ups and downs, there's always been someone in the chat room to make me feel better. Sometimes make me feel better than my own personal friends do. So I'm really grateful. And thank you so much. Fingers crossed things will work itself out. Love you guys. Enjoy your day. Stay safe and hope to see you again soon. Bye.